Rent is up 30% since 2020. In major cities, it's up 40. The standard explanation is simple: not enough housing. And on its face, that makes sense. But here's the problem. In 2023 and 2024, developers built more apartments than at any point in the last 50 years. Hundreds of thousands of new units hit the market, and rents still went up. So either the supply argument is wrong, or there's something else happening entirely. There is. In 2010, institutional investors, hedge funds, private equity firms, publicly traded real estate companies owned roughly 1% of all single-family rental homes in America. By 2024, that number had grown to nearly 4 million homes. Companies like Invitation Homes, Progress Residential, and Blackstone-backed entities now own entire neighborhoods in cities like Atlanta, Phoenix, and Dallas. Here's what changes when a corporate landlord controls a market. They don't compete on price. They compete on occupancy. A single company that owns 30,000 homes in the same metro doesn't need to lower rent to fill vacancies. It just needs to ensure the overall portfolio stays above 95% full. And when one giant landlord raises rent in a zip code, the others follow. In 2022, investigative journalists at ProPublica uncovered something remarkable. Roughly 70% of large apartment complexes in major U.S. cities were using a piece of software called RealPage to set their rents. RealPage works by collecting real-time pricing data from every property using the platform, including competitors, and then recommending rents optimized for maximum revenue across all of them simultaneously. That's not competition. That's coordinated pricing with an algorithm in the middle. The Department of Justice agreed. They filed an antitrust lawsuit against RealPage in 2024. The case is ongoing. In the meantime, millions of renters are still paying rents set by that algorithm right now. Here's the structural layer beneath all of this. In most American cities, roughly 75% of residential land is zoned exclusively for single-family homes. That means it is literally illegal to build an apartment, a townhouse, or a duplex on the vast majority of available land. Supply isn't just low, it's legally capped. And the political math that maintains this system is almost perfectly designed to resist change. Homeowners vote at higher rates than renters. Their property values rise directly as a result of housing scarcity, and they reliably show up to local zoning meetings to block new development. Renters move every 2 to 3 years. Homeowners stay for a decade. The political will to protect scarcity is baked in. Let's run the numbers. The federal government defines being rent-burdened as spending more than 30% of your income on rent. In most major American cities today, the average renter spends between 40 and 50%. Nearly half of all American renters qualify as rent-burdened right now, the highest proportion ever recorded. But here's what makes this structurally different from other cost-of-living problems. When a homeowner locked in a 30-year mortgage in 2019 or 2020, their housing cost is essentially frozen. It will not go up significantly for 30 years. When a renter's lease expires, they face the full current market rate, every 2 years. In a market that's been rising 8 to 10% annually, there is no equivalent protection. So what changes any of this? Zoning reform is happening, slowly. A handful of states have passed laws allowing duplexes or small apartments in single-family zones. The RealPage antitrust case could result in meaningful restrictions on algorithmic rent setting. And the wave of new apartments built in 2023 and 2024 is already softening rents in some Sunbelt markets. Proof that supply does work when it's allowed to scale fast enough. But at the national level, the system isn't changing fast enough to matter for most renters in the next 5 years. The levers that hold rents high, institutional ownership, algorithmic pricing, and exclusionary zoning, all require either legislative action or years of litigation to unwind. If you rent today, the best information you have is this: the system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed, just not for you.